A very good morning to all my dear students. In previous videos, we have discussed about chapter number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. But today we will discuss about chapter number 6, respiration in plants. Respiration in plant. Okay students, first of all, what is respiration? Why needs respiration? Each students, you know that each living cell in a plants as well as in an animal needs energy for driving various body activities. It is needed for building up proteins from amino acids, starch from glucose and for various life activities. So students, the chemical process by which energy is released from glucose and other organic molecules is called respiration. Let's see here. Respiration is biochemical biochemical decomposition of organic compounds like carbohydrate, glucose in the living cells with the release of energy. Okay students, respiration is the biochemical decomposition of organic compounds like carbohydrates, glucose in the living cell with the release of energy. Now in second definition, respiration is the oxidation of food substances with the release of energy in living cell. Respiration is oxidation of food substances. Respiration is oxidation of food substances with the release of energy in living cell. Okay students, respiration is the oxidation of food substances with the release of energy in living cell. Okay. Now chemical reaction of respiration. Here C6 H12O6, this is a glucose, plus 6O2 form 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus energy. Okay students, this is the chemical reaction of respiration. Chemical reaction of respiration. Okay, here glucose oxidized by oxygen and it forms CO2, H2O and energy. Glucose oxidized by oxygen and it change into the CO2, H2O and energy. Okay, now this is a glucose. Okay, this one is oxygen and carbon dioxide and water molecule. These reaction completed in the respiration. This chemical reaction is completed in two phase. Okay, completed in two phase. First is known as glycolysis. First is known as glycolysis. Okay, and second is known as Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle. First is glycolysis, second is Krebs cycle. Students, you know that in glycolysis process, glucose change into the pyruvic acid. Okay, glucose change into the pyruvic acid. The glycolysis process is completed in mitochondria. Okay students, completed in cytoplasm. Sorry students, completed glycolysis process is completed in cytoplasm. Okay, in glycolysis process, glucose change into the pyruvic acid. This glycolysis process is completed in cytoplasm of the cell. Where is cytoplasm? Students, you can see here. This is a nucleus. This is a mitochondria. Okay, now this is called cytoplasm. Okay, and this is called mitochondria. mitochondria. Okay students, this is cytoplasm and this is a mitochondria. Glycolysis process is completed in cytoplasm of the cell. Okay, in glycolysis glucose change into the pyruvic acid. Now in Krebs cycle, what happen in Krebs cycle? In Krebs cycle, pyruvic acid change into the CO2 plus H2O plus energy. Okay, this process is completed in mitochondria. In mitochondria. Okay students, here equation of a chemical reaction of respiration, glucose oxidized by oxygen and it change into the CO2, H2O and energy. Okay, this reaction is completed in two phases. First phase is known as glycolysis, second is called Krebs cycle. In glycolysis process completed in cytoplasm and Krebs cycle is completed in mitochondria. In glycolysis process glucose change into the pyruvic acid and in Krebs cycle pyruvic acid change into the CO2, H2O and energy. Okay students, okay. Now energy, here energy, each breakdown steps is controlled by particular enzyme. Students, you know that here many types of phases, so in each phases each breakdown step is controlled by particular enzymes. Okay, a large part of energy liberated during the breakdown of glucose molecules. Okay students, converted into chemical energy which is stored in ATP molecule. These energies change into the stored into the ATP molecule. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. Okay, now ATP molecules. Okay students, stored in ATP molecules, only a part of it is liberated in the form of heat. This energy released in the form of heat. Okay, energy in the form of ATP is stored in the cell. Okay, stored in the cell. This is a cell. Okay, stored in the cell. Energy is the form of ATP is stored in the cell to be used when needed. Okay students, when energy from ATP is used, now you can see here adenosine, here phosphate molecule, here adenosine, okay. Now here added here release. Released. Okay, this is called ATP cycle. ATP cycle. Okay students, when adenosine triphosphate, students listen carefully, when energy from ATP is used, adenosine triphosphate energy is used, then it is converted into ADP, this is a ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Here this is called ADP, adenosine diphosphate. Here adenosine diphosphate and adenosine triphosphate. Okay students, when energy from ATP is used, it is converted to ADP, and again when energy is available by further breakdown of glucose, the ADP is reconverted to ATP. Okay, adenosine ATP change into the ADP by the releasing of energy. Okay, and when added a phosphate group, when energy gain by the ADP change into the ATP. Okay, this one is a cycle of ATP, or ATP cycle. Here ATP released energy and change into the ADP, and ADP gain energy by the respiration process, it will change into the ATP. Okay students, when energy from ATP is used, it is converted to ADP, and again when more energy is available by further breakdown of glucose, the ADP is reconverted to ATP. This is called ATP cycle. 1 molecules of glucose and completed oxidation yield 38 molecules of ATP. Okay students, here 38 molecules of ATP. It means that 1 molecules of oxidation of 1 molecules of glucose, here 30 ATP, energy liberate 38 ATP. Okay students, 1 molecules of glucose and complete oxidation yield 38 molecules of ATP. Okay, thank you, very thank you. In next video we will discuss about next topic.